Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Michael Coe from Dueling Games, looking at Scott Alm's Tiny Epic Western, which comes with some funky bullet dice and a town that we are doing what in? Fighting over?
Indeed.
Kind of control?
You're trying to build up, you're trying to just get into town and build a business for yourself, acquire some property, and make a name for yourself in the Wild West.
Okay.
So you'll be taking on the role of a boomtown tycoon. Maybe you're the banker, the gambler, and then you have a posse. So these are going to be your little guys, these little cowboy meeples. And you're going to send them around town. You may go to the bank, you may go to the hideout, you may go to the saloon, but wherever you go, you're going to be playing 3-card poker. So you'll have a poker card, and then there'll be the 2 cards that shoulder each location you're at. And you're going to be, essentially, when it comes time to resolve where everybody's gone, then you'll play poker for every guy that you've put somewhere. So this 2 that I'm holding here doesn't do me really any good at this spot, but it gives me a straight over here, and it gives me a pair over here. So not too bad. I got 2 out of 3. Maybe I would have placed this guy somewhere else, right?
But it's the same card for everything.
But it's the same card for everything.
Okay.
And then at the end of the round, that all shuffles up, new cards come out, and you get a new card. But yes, so in a single round, you will play multiple hands with your 1 card. And so that's an interesting thing to try to figure out, how is this going to fit? Do I really want to make sure it works well for everybody, or just commit to one spot because I know that this is where the resources that I need are? So kind of, who cares about the rest? I'm going to make sure I get a card that goes well there, right?
Okay.
So you're going to be trying to purchase these buildings that you see out here in the middle. Once you purchase them, you'll move them to the outside of the ring. And then they become active and they become usable. Players can visit them and trigger their abilities. But on the inside here, you'll see that their price or their cost is listed on the kind of the porch right in front of the building. And so those are going to be essentially the resources of the game. In Tiny Epic Western, it's called influence. So we have force, which is the cylinder here, money, and law. And you'll track that down on the gun belt on your card.
Okay.
Now, the buildings are going to, in addition to giving you access to these special abilities, are going to give you victory points. And that's obviously the whole thing. At the end of the game, you want to have the highest amount of victory points. So that'll be based on the white number, the points that you get directly from the building itself. But then you'll notice that these buildings have these little icons at the top as well. Those represent different industries in the game, which are also matched with these tokens at the top of the town hall.
Okay.
So each round, one industry is going to be advanced by a player based on who wins the poker hand at the town hall.
Okay.
At the end of 6 rounds, all of the industries will be ranked 1, 2, and 3. And then based on who has the majority shares of that industry is going to be paid out some bonus victory points.
Okay.
So there's a bit of a stock kind of shareholder game going on as well.
Okay.
Now it's a worker placement game meets poker, but it's not a full exclusion. So if somebody's got a spot that you want, you can come in guns a-blazing, and that's where these awesome bullet dice come in, and you guys are going to fight it out over that spot.
Okay.
There's a couple of ways to mitigate the roll, including throwing down your poker card, which reveals it to the table now, so you give up quite a bit of information about yourself, but then you can add that to your die roll, and then your opponent's like, well, shoot, do I really want to give up and add mine as well, or do I want to conceal this information because I need to try to beat some people out, and some bluffing that goes on as well. So, yeah, and then winner of that duel takes a wanted card, and that kind of passes around. Each person that wins a duel takes the wanted card. That kind of pays out some bonus points at the end of the game as well.
Okay, incentivized for fighting.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It plays 1 to 4 players and about 30 to 45 minutes.
All right. So what switches up in the solo game? What changes? How are you competing here?
So essentially, it's against the rival of the game. So it plays very much like the base game itself.
Okay.
So it really is a good way to learn it, and then you can teach all your friends.
Okay.
So, and then it also comes with this awesome poker chip.
All right. Number of different characters, each with their different power?
Yep, the base game comes with 8 different bosses that you can play, each with their own unique power, and then deluxe content includes an extra 4. And on the back of each of the boss is a kind of a player aid, a little cheat sheet for the game. And there's enough for the 4-player game for each player to have a boss and have 1 cheat sheet.
Right.
That way you can kind of see what the different icons mean. And people who don't know how to play poker, that's okay. We kind of teach you what the different hands are, how they play out, what the different suit value is right here on the side.
Okay. All right. That's a quick overview. Tiny Epic Western.